Okay, so let me now share my screen. Let me now share my screen. Sage. Okay. All right, so confirm that you can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, you can see.
Okay. Sorry, my background is quite noisy. There are some children playing around here. I've been trying to send them away, but they are coming back. Suppose you get the noise too much, you inform me. Not today is a weekend and children are not in school, so they're making a lot of noise in the plot. All right, so let's proceed. So the final task that we are supposed to cover in Sage, the final task that we are supposed to cover in Sage is reporting. So what we want to look at is basically reports, because we've covered on everything. But after this, I'm going to share with you a guide that will help you maneuver through Sage. I know Sage is quite challenging as compared to QuickBooks. So suppose you'll be having any challenge, I will share with you a guide that will help you maneuver through Sage. So don't worry about that. I'm just working on it, and I know maybe by end of today it will be complete, and I can be able to share it at around 10 p.m. I'll be able to share it. All right, now reporting. For those of you who probably are doing QuickBooks too, we looked at reporting in QuickBooks yesterday. But one thing that I told you is that reports generated by QuickBooks are more presentable, or are more decent in terms of presentability as compared to reports generated by Sage account. So we're just going to see that in a few. But again, another difference between QuickBooks and Sage is that Sage is, I don't know, should I say more detailed as compared to QuickBooks? QuickBooks is much direct. If you want to work with the customers, you want to create an invoice, you only need to go to the customer center and then you create an invoice. But with Sage, it is not as much direct as compared to QuickBooks. I hope you've seen that in the course of the training that you've gone through. All right, so let's look at how to generate reports. So there are 4 types of reports that we are going to look at. The first report that we look at is product report. The second report that we look at is supplier report. The third report that we look at is the customer report. And finally, we will look at the financial reports. So all those reports are very, very much important in a business setup. They help you know the performance of your business. So to view reports, just like I said, the first report that we are going to start with is the customer report. So to view customer reports, you go to modules. Here. And then from modules, because we are interested in customer reports, we are going to go to the customer center. So you'll click on customers. After clicking on customers, under links here, I hope you are seeing where I am. Here under links, you will scroll down up to somewhere written reports. Here they are, reports. So you will click on this. I hope it's still loading. If you click on this, it loads for you the reports. All right. I'm not sure if I have to. Let me just confirm, because yeah, sure, I had to. So these are the customer reports that you can view. So you realize that before you make any selection of any report that you want to view, all these tabs here are inactive. The only thing that is active is new. Edit is inactive. Delete, preview, print, file, email, add favorite, and remove favorite. All of them are inactive. So until you select on a specific report that you want to view, say for instance, we want to view the aged data's reports. After clicking on the aged data's reports, they are still not active. Why? Because we have got so many aged data's reports that you may be interested in. So up to this stage, you have not selected or you have not chosen on any aged data's reports that you want to view. To choose on the aged data's reports that you want to view, you come to your right side. So the left side is a generalization of all the reports. So under aged data's reports, we can view all these reports. All these reports relate to aged data. Like we have got the aged data's analysis, will give you contacts. Aged data's analysis, contacts by balance, but in descending order. Aged data's analysis, contacts with disputed items. Aged data's analysis, contacts with foreign values. Aged data's analysis, detailed. Aged data's detailed by balance in descending order. So all these are aged data's reports that you can view. We have got the agents commission reports. So suppose you have got sales agents and you pay them some commission. So you can see the agents commission reports here. So if you click on this, then these are the agents commission reports that Sage can generate for you. The first one is the agents commission report, and the second one is the agents commission report at 10%. The credit control reports. We have got the accounts balances by account status, accounts due for credit review, credit manager's summary, customers credit limit and balance, customers on hold report, sales accounts, credit limit and balance, sales ledger turnover period and year to date, time taken to pay sales invoices. I believe you understand all these things based on our previous activities that we've worked on. Like the first one, account balances by account status. So this will basically give you the balance due for any from any customer. Is there any customer who is supposed to pay you that have not paid you? You have got the accounts due for credit review. You remember, while setting up your customer, you had a space or you had the chance to set the credit review period for your customer. And there is the once the credit review period surpasses, then it becomes due. That means that it hasn't been reviewed. So you can always see here which customers haven't you reviewed their credit limit. Say for instance, if you're working with a customer who is new to you, then you tell them that, all right, for this first month, we're going to start you with a credit limit of 50,000. Depending on your performance within this month, we will review your credit limit after 1 month. So that means that by 30th, or depending on your calendar that you will use, at the end of that month, you should be able to make a review on the credit limit of that particular customer. So if that is still pending, you can come to this report and see which customers you haven't reviewed their reports, and then you can be able to go back to your system and review their credit. The credit manager summary, customers credit limit and balance, that is self-explanatory. Customers on hold report. You may put a customer on hold. Say for instance, this customer is a frequent customer purchasing from you. Due to some reasons, maybe they've stopped purchasing. So you can either mark them as inactive or you can put them on hold. Putting them on hold means that you are not really sure whether they will not come back again. But marking as inactive means that probably due to some reasons, they will not come back again. Maybe you crossed ways. But after some time, you may mark a customer inactive and then they come back again. So what do you need to do? You only go back to the customer center and uncheck the customer is inactive dialog box. All the other reports are self-explanatory. We have got the customer activity reports. The customer activity, these just self-explanatory. Maybe we can look at the customer refunds, which is also self-explanatory. If you make any refund to a customer or a customer makes a refund, they will appear here. Customer details reports. This will just give you the details of your customers. Actually, you can download it as a CSV, but you can also download as an Excel. We will see that here. So all these ones, we also have got the top customers reports. So maybe we can view the top customers reports, and here, let's check out the top customer list for the month. So once you select on a report, then these tabs here become active. Once you select on a report, then these tabs here become active. So after you select on that report, you can either edit the report, you can make a preview of the report, you can print the report, you can, filing means that you want to save it into your system. You can make an email of the report, or you can add it to your favorites. So let's make a preview of the top customer list in the month. I'm really not sure if I will get a report. That is why I prefer you sharing your screens. Oh, no data returned for this report. Yeah, I don't have the reports. Let me check out this one. Oh, I don't have reports. Is there anyone who has joined that has the software installed for them? Let me see who has joined. Oh. Okay. Sherry, good evening. Sherry? Is Sherry here? Okay, we proceed. So I will just show you an overview of it. But just like I told you, is that my data doesn't have my system doesn't have reports in it. Or maybe let me log into another company profile. I'm not sure which company profiles I have. Okay. Let me log into another company profile. I see. So this is this. Let me try LX, but I doubt. I never have data in my system. That is the problem with me. Right. Okay. Deals, customers, reports. Okay. Top customer reports. Preview. Oh, I don't have data. Top customer reports. All right. So you can get this one, eh? So this is a top customer list report by balance. So I only have one customer in my system. That is why it is not generating the top customer, top customer list. So I only have one customer who is Mwanza Hotel, and they don't have any balance that they owe me. So this report, after generating this report, you can do the following. You can export the report, you can print the report, you have the page setup, the printer offsets, you can make the email, all right? So let's say maybe you want this report to be in your system, maybe in other format. So you will come here and say export. You will come to this export tab, and then from here, you choose the storage that you want to put the storage that you want to put your report. So maybe let's say you want to put it in the desktop. You want to put it in the desktop. So in the desktop, you will key in the file name here, and then you will choose the format in which you want it to be on your desktop. It can be an XML file, a PDF file, HTML, the RTF files, Excel file, plain text, a CSV file, or a Sage report data file. So you choose on the format that you want it to appear, and then after you have chosen on the format, all right, so let me say I want it in PDF, and then you simply come and say save. So after you click on save, if you go back to your desktop, you should be able to get the report in your desktop. All right, so let me look at the age data reports now. Because I don't have customers, I won't have any report here. So here you choose the period within which you want to get the report. So this is up to 13th May. So this is okay. I can view this. Right, it is a Mwanza hotel only, and then you click OK. The report could not be generated, no data was returned. All right, so I don't have data, but generally that is how you view your customer reports. That is how you view your customer reports. There are more participants who've joined us here. I just need somebody there. Samson, good evening.
Good evening.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
All right. Was your software successfully installed?
Was installed, but I traveled. When I opened it required some key. I don't know, so I decided just to view, and then I'll enroll in the next class.
Okay.
Yes.
So I thought you have it so that you can share, because mine has no data, so we are just viewing a skeleton of it. All right, there's no problem. So that is how to view customer data. That is how to view customer data. So if you want to email it, you just click on the specific report that you want, then you click on email. Then you choose the specific period, you click OK. Mine is not available, so it cannot be emailed, because I cannot email a blank report. Alternatively, if you don't want to come to this tab here for reports in the links, after you go to the customer center, customers, after you go to the customer center, and then you will simply say customer list. You'll simply come here and say customer list. So just click on customer list. Then in the customer list, you have got reports here. The last icon here that you have got reports. So if you click on this, it should be able to give you all the other reports. So there are two ways in which you can do it. The first option is that you can go to modules, click on customers, and then under links here, you scroll down to reports, and then it will generate you this. Alternatively, you can go to modules, you click on customers, and then under links, just the very first link is the customer list. You click on the customer list, it directs you here. So here you can see reports from here. So those are the two ways in which you can view the customer reports. So next is the supplier report. Next is the supplier report. So to view the supplier report, you will still go to modules. You will still go to modules, but now the supplier center, because now you are interested in the supplier reports. So now you will go to suppliers. The same format will follow. The same format will follow. You can click on this supplier list. After clicking on the supplier list, your supplier list will appear. You can see my supplier list is empty. Let me just try to key in any supplier so that I see if that will work out for me. Okay, so JJ. Next, right? Don't have all that detail. Let me just key in a credit limit of 2,000. Okay. Next. Okay, next. So Yes, as one value. Let me key in an opening balance. 200,000. All right, next. Then I finish. Let me key in one more. GG. This is one value, 10,000. Then I finish. Okay, so let me now check at the reports. Okay, so top supplier reports, top supplier list month to date. MTD means month to date. YTD means year to date. So if you look at the top supplier reports, you have got top supplier list M to date. We have got the top supplier list YTD. So MTD is month to date. YTD is year to date. Then I make a preview. All right. So I have my my top customers reports here. I have my top customers reports. Sorry, not top customers, but top supplier reports. So my top supplier is JJ with a turnover of 2 million and a credit limit of 2,000. I think this is not fair. Somebody giving you a turnover of 2 million and then you give them a credit limit of 2,000. I will review the credit limit for this customer. All right. My next customer is GG with a turnover of 10,000 with no credit limit. So if you want this report generated to your system, you can come to export. You click on export, and then you choose on the specific location that you want the report put. Say maybe desktop. If you want to put it in any of your folders in your desktop, you choose on the folders. You give the file name. Maybe this is so this is top supplier report. Top supplier report. All right. You choose on the format. You want it in PDF format. You want it in Excel format, or you want it as a CSV. All right. There is something here with CSV files maybe that I need to mention. If you have got an online banking system, if you have got an online banking platform, then in your online banking platform, you always need to load transactions in your online banking platform. So if you have a bank which accepts bulk upload of transactions, I know of I&M doesn't do. I know of NBK, not NBK. How do we call NCBA Bank? I know of NCBA Bank. They allow for a bulk upload of transactions. So after you've performed your transactions, then you save all the transactions that you want to upload into your banking system, but you will save them in the CSV file format. After saving all your transactions as CSV file format, then you proceed and upload them in your system. So after that, the bank system will automatically pick them in as not as a single transaction, but all the transactions will then be reflected in your bank system instead of going to file or to key in the transactions one by one. So you can make a CSV file of all the transactions that you want to make, and then you upload them in your bank system. All right. So you choose on the format that you want your reports to appear, and then after that, you click on save. So after that, your report will be saved to your desktop. After that, your report will be saved to your desktop. So that is now the top supplier list. We have got other reports. So that is year to date. Sorry, month to date. So that will only give you a top supplier list for the month only. But if you want a top supplier list for the whole year, you will click on top supplier list year to date. We have got top supplier list by balance, and then the top supplier list by cash paid. So this will give you the supplier list by the total amount that you have been transacting with these particular customers. This one of by balance will give you the top supplier list by the balance that you owe your suppliers. So if you want to see which supplier you owe the most, you will simply come and click on top supplier list by balance. If you want to see a supplier that you are spending much on them, you will simply come and click on top supplier list by cash paid, and that will be able to generate for you the report that you need. We have got the daybook reports, the aid creditors reports, the credit control reports, daily transaction reports. We have got the supplier details reports, supplier invoice reports, supplier statements, and the top supplier reports. So those are all supplier reports that you can be able to generate. You even have got my supplier reports. So I have none because of the nature of my data. But all these are reports that you can generate. You can see under the daybooks reports, you can see daybooks paid invoices. So you can be able to see which invoices that you have paid. Paid invoices summary. So we have got the detailed one, and then we have got the summary. The supplier credits, detailed supplier credit summary, supplier discount, supplier invoices, and all that. You have got the purchase credits and the purchase invoices. So all those are reports that you can be able to see. The departmental reports, departmental aid creditors report, purchase ledger, departmental analysis. So all those are reports that you can be able to see. If you have got accurate data in your system, you will clearly see all those reports. So that is how you access the supplier reports. But just like I said, under customer reports, you can come to modules, you go to suppliers, and then under links, you scroll down to reports, and then you click on reports. So that will take you here. Or alternatively, you can go to modules, you go to suppliers, and then you say supplier list. So from supplier list here, you can view reports from this ribbon here. So you click on this tab here, reports, and then this will appear. Then you choose on the reports that you want to view. All right. So next is now the products report. Next is the products report. So to view products report, we will follow the same procedure. To view the products report, we will follow the same procedure. We will go to the product center now. So when you need the customers reports, you go to the customer center. When you need the supplier report, you go to the supplier center. When you need the products report, you go to the product center. So I will go to modules and then products. So products also means stock. So the report that will be generated will be your stock report. So you go to reports, and then from here, you've got my products report, price list reports, product analysis reports, product budget reports, product damage and write-off report, product details reports, product explosion and BOM reports, product profit reports, product sales reports, product valuation reports, stock control reports, and stock take reports. So I will view my products report. I don't have any. Price list reports. I do not have any because we have customer price list. Let me make a preview. I hope I have no data. I'm sure I have no data in this. So the period. Okay, that's all right. Yeah, I don't have data for it. Customer prices. Okay, I don't have any data. But if the moment you know how to do it, the moment how you know how to do it, once you come to your system here and you click on the relevant reports that you need, then they will be generated for you, and you can be able to view them. You have got the stock control reports, product valuation reports. Those who are taking QuickBooks here, you are able to see the product valuation reports yesterday, how you do product valuation. So it is able to tell you which product is contributing to the highest percentage of your stock, which product is contributing to the highest percentage of your stock. So you have got the product valuation, average cost price, product valuation, last purchase price, product valuation by stock category, and the retrospective product valuation. You have got the product profit reports. So product period profit by transaction, product profit, the product profit report breakdown, product profitability based on cost price, the product profitability based on sales price, and the stock period profit totals by category. So all those are reports that you can be able to see. Well, the product details reports. This is where you can see your product details, the product category list. So those products that you categorized under foodstuffs, those that you categorized under detergents, those that are categorized under electronics, you can see all of them here. The product details, product list. So this will give you a list of all your products. The product list by category, product list by location. I hope these terms are familiar to you, because when you are creating products, you had the place to indicate the category of that particular product. In the same instance or on the same note, you had the place to indicate the location of that particular product. So that will help you here. When you're generating your reports, you can be able to know the specific location and the specific category for your particular product. You've got the product record CSV, so you can directly download it as a CSV. You've got extended CSV, the product supplier list, product transaction CSV. You remember when keying in the details of your products, you are keying in, sorry. Let me just correct on this a minute. Okay, so I was saying that when you are keying in your products, you are given the space to indicate your preferred supplier for a given product. So when you come to this list here, the product supplier list, if you click on it and then you make a preview, mine will not be available because I don't have the data for it. So if you click on the preview, it will be able to give you all right, but maybe let me say something here. There's something that keeps on popping here, but I'm not explaining on it. Let me make a preview first. All right, so we have here the stock code. So the stock code, if you go, if you have your inventory list, if you have your inventory list in your system, then you have got different codes, starting from the first product that you keyed into your system, maybe having code 1. And let's say up to date, you've keyed in products and you are in today's code, which is code 50. So the stock code is between code 1 up to code 50. So if you want to make a review of your stock for all your stock that you have in your record, you will choose the whole Sorry, I was talking while muted. I just realized my mic was muted. It's my computer informing me so. So I was explaining on the stock code. So the stock code, I was saying that while keying in your products, you normally key in the product code, and each and every product has got a separate code. Each product has got a separate code. So your first product will generally have code 1, and your last product will have got the last code that you are in up to date, maybe code 50. So since you started keying in your products, you have reached up to code 50 today. So under the stock code, you view the stock range within which you want to view the report for. Then we have got the supplier reference. The supplier reference is also the same, because if your first supplier was code 1 from your first product, then as you continue keying in your products, then you give your suppliers the different codes. So the same applies to the supplier reference. You also choose the supplier reference code that you have in your system. Once you have keyed in that into your system, they will be automatically reflected here. So once you choose on this, the inclusion period, then you click OK. After you click OK, you should be able to see your report. In my case, I don't have the report. I've already informed you that I don't have the data. That is why I don't have the report. All right. So that is the product details report. We just wanted to see on the product supplier list. Then you have got the product transaction. So you can get a CSV file of the transactions that you have made for your different products. So this will give you the trend in which your product has been selling in store. This will give you the trend in which you have been making order for your products. This will give you the trend in which you have been setting the price for your products, the reorder levels for your products, the reorder quantities for your products. All that will be reflected here. So if you want to see that, you'll choose on product transaction, but it will come in the form of a CSV file. CSV file is almost as an Excel format. CSV is almost an Excel. There is no much difference between CSV and Excel. All right. So all those are product reports that you can be able to view. You've got the price list reports. I've already talked about that. So if you go to price list, you've got the customer price list prices, the customer prices, price list and special prices by product, price list customers, the product sales price, the product sales price by category, supplier price list prices. My products reports, we saw that. It is not popping up because I don't have any product in my system. We have got the product budget reports, the product analysis reports. Oh, sorry. I don't know why my mic keeps on muting. I don't know why my mic keeps on muting. But that is it about the product reports. That is it about the product reports. So the last report that is remaining, the last report category that is remaining. So the same applies for the products, just like I already explained about the customer and the supplier reports. You can also do the same for products. Instead of coming here, after you go to modules, then you go at the product center, you will click on the product list. After you click on the product list, here is the icon where you can get the reports. I already told you about the functions of all these other icons. So the one that is remaining is now the reports. So if you click on this, you'll be able to get each and every report that you need. If you click on this, you'll be able to get each and every report that you need. So walk through them, and get to know what each and every one of them means. All right, so the final one is now the financial reports. The final one is now the financial reports. So it is under the financial reports that you will have the audit trail report. It is under the financial reports that you will have the audit trail report. It is under the financial reports that you will be able to access your statement of financial position, in other words, called the balance sheet. It is under financial reports that you will be able to access your income statement, in other words, called the trading profit and loss account. It is in the financial reports that you will be able to access your, how is it called? The statement of cash flow. Those are the most important reports when you are generating reports that you can always generate and share before your shareholders. So you have got the statement of cash flows, you have got the statement of financial position, and you have got the income statement, the cash flow statement, the statement of financial position, and the income statement. Those are the most important reports that you will always present before the shareholders. Others are just for details and for tracking purposes within your system and within the organization. So then now, how do you access financial statements? How do you access financial statements? So to access financial statements, you will go to you will go to modules. You will go to modules here. And then under modules, we have got financials. Under modules, we have got financials. So you will click on financials here. After this, then now at financials, you have got the following reports. The first report that you have is the one that is written audit. So the audit is basically an audit trail report. This one here. After the audit trail report, you have got the trial balance report, written as trial. After this, you have got the P&L. So the P&L is the profit and loss report. The balance is the balance sheet. You have got the ratio analysis, the variance, the prior year report, VAT report. You can do a verification of report and more reports that you can access from this tab here. So here you have got the advanced budget reports, the audit trail reports, balance sheet reports, budget reports, charities. If you've done any charities, you have got the cleared audit trail reports, management analysis reports, miscellaneous reports, my finance reports, prior year reports, profit and loss reports, transaction reports, and the trial balance reports. So the first report that I want to touch on is the audit trail report. So you can either access them through this reports tab here, which will give you more reports, but the most important ones are listed here. So the first report that I want to look at is the audit trail report. So do you want to view a brief? You want to view a summary? You want to view a detailed one? Or you want to view any deleted transactions? You will recall I told you that any deleted transaction in your system, it will not be fully deleted. We can always access any transaction that you have deleted within your system. So you will just go to the audit trail report. You will just go to the audit trail report. And then from the audit trail report, you can be able to view a list of deleted transactions. So that is why we tell you that in accounting, there are control measures that have been put in place. So these control measures help you to understand what you are supposed to do if you make any mistake. Because we are saying that any suspicious activities, like deleting of transactions within your system, is a sign of fraud. So what are you supposed to do? If you make a mistake, I hope you learned about errors. So any error that you make, you can always rectify that error. It will be indicated in your system. And your financial statements will respond the same. So let's make a brief of the audit trail report, then you run it. So you choose the period. Oh, mine is so much backdated. All right, so this is 2019. Let me just get to 2023. I'm not even sure which year I was. So this is 2023 May. Today is 13th, and I click OK. All right, so this is my audit trail report. This is my audit trail report. So my transaction number one, I keyed in one item, which is a purchase invoice. The account is JJ. This is the customer. The date that this particular transaction was keyed in was on 13th of May, 2023. The reference, I keyed in the opening balance. So all stock balance is the reference code for opening balance. The net amount that I keyed in was 2 million, and then the gross amount is 2 million. The second one was a customer, GG. We are not a customer, but a supplier, GG. It was still an opening balance of how much? Of 10,000 shillings. So all the transactions that you've been keying in your system, all the transactions that you have been keying in your system, all of them will be recorded in this audit trail report. Suppose you have got any deleted transaction that you have deleted from your system. If you come to the audit trail report, that transaction will be highlighted in red. You just need to note that any deleted transaction within your system, if you come to your audit trail report, that transaction will be highlighted in red. Next is the trial balance report. Next is the trial balance report. So you want to make a preview, you want to print it, you want to save it, or you want to email it. So let me just make a preview, then I will run it. Oh, it's taking some time to load. All right. December 2023. Okay, that's okay. So I just click OK. All right. So this is now my my trial balance. So we have got the credit control account, which has 2,010,000, and then it is taken to the corresponding account, which is the suspense account of 2,010,000. So that results to a total of 2,010,000. You will not understand my statements because of the nature of the transactions in my system, so you will struggle to understand them. Okay, so let me make a preview of my P&L. I'm not sure if I have any. Oh, okay, so I have Okay, we always say no sales, no purchases, no direct expenses, gross profit or loss, none. What we have is overheads. So suspense and mispostings, 2,010,000. Oh, so actually I did a wrong posting. I did a wrong posting. That is why this is appearing here. So it is resulting to a net loss of 2,010,000, but it's resulting from the suspense accounts, which is under the category of overheads. So if you want to export this report to your system, you just go to export, and then you say desktop, then you choose the file name and the format in which you want your report to appear. If you want to print it, your machine is connected to a printer and you need a hard copy, you just say print, and then it will take you to the printer properties. Then you select on that. The page setup, the printer offset, you can email the report. The email options for this report are not fully configured. Do you want to send entire reports as an attachment? So you will just say yes. In this case, I do not want to send, so I will just say no. So that is the profit and loss report, but more reports are available here. More reports are available here. We have got the transaction reports, which will give you a list of all your transactions. Prior year report. If you want to view the report for your previous year, you'll just click on that report and then you say preview. You just click on that report and then you say preview. I don't have anything. I don't know what it is loading. Okay. I really have got a lot of mispostings. I don't know the reason this is categorized in the last year, or maybe it is the date system that I used while posting this transaction that makes it go to last year. All right. My finance reports, I don't have any. So it is under my finance reports that you'll be able to access the statement of cash flow. It is under my finance reports that you'll be able to access the statement of cash flow. You've got the management analysis reports. Mine is not appearing because of the nature of my transactions that I have in my system. You have balance sheet reports, so you can actually access your balance sheet. So you just click on balance sheet and then you make a preview. All right, let it run. It's taking some time. All right. Okay. Chart of accounts, default layout of accounts. Okay. So fixed assets none, current assets none, current liabilities. It is creditors of 2,010,000. Remember, when I keyed in my suppliers, I keyed in that I have an opening balance. So this 2,010,000 was an opening balance for suppliers. So I had one of 2 million and another one of 10,000. So if you have got an opening balance for suppliers, that means that you owe some money that you need to pay to your suppliers. That is why it is coming under the creditors. of 200 million and 10,000. Current assets less current liabilities. I hope you understand that that process, the format of the balance sheet. Then we have the profit and loss account. So this is the profit or the loss that comes from the profit and loss account. The same is also updated here. So I hope you can see the reports that Sage is generating, even the fonts that is used to generate those particular reports. And you can relate to the reports that are being generated by QuickBooks. That is why I was telling you that QuickBooks have got the best reports. That is why it remains to be the most commonly used software. All right. So that is about the reports. You can actually always make budgets. So if you want to view the budgets that the budget report that you have, you can always see them. Yeah, I think that is it. I think that is it about reports. But just like I said yesterday, before you decide on your profitability as a business, before you decide on your profitability as a company, before you conclude and just stamp that I've made a lot of profits, please go back and check on your accounts payables. Go back and check on your accounts receivables. Go back and check on your overpayments. Go back and check on your underpayments. And then all the other criteria that you may use before you decide on your profitability as a business, because you may be deciding that you've made a lot of profits, but as you are deciding that you've made a lot of profits, you have got a lot of if you go now to, let me check at not my finance reports, but the profit and loss reports. Not profit and loss. I need the balance sheet reports. Yeah. So if you go to the balance sheet reports, let me make a preview of it so that I show you what I need to show you. All right. So if you go to the balance sheet reports, you have got this creditors of how much? 2,010,000. But you say that for that particular period, you've made a profit of how much? You've made a profit of 1 million, maybe even 1.5 million, but you have got outstanding creditors of 2,010,000. So have you really made profit? No. Pay your creditors. That is when you will realize that you don't have something. So that is the criteria that you use. So that brings us to the end of the business management tools. That is our QuickBooks and Sage. JK, who is JK? Josephat, I can see your question. QuickBooks is the most used software. Yes, it is the most used software in accounting. QuickBooks is the most used software. You have got QuickBooks Online and the QuickBooks Desktop. So both of them, QuickBooks is the most commonly used software. We have got other softwares that are emerging. We have got other softwares like we have got software specifically for HR, like under HR we have got a software called the recent one that was just developed, the Kenyan owned company. It is called WorkPay. That is basically for HR only, so it will only perform the HR work. But in QuickBooks we also have got payroll in QuickBooks that you can do. So other accounting softwares, we have got a software called Zero that is also being used. There's a software called Zero. There's a software called Zoho Books, though not much used, but it is also gaining popularity. There's a software called Pestel. There's a software called Pestel. There are just a lot of accounting softwares. All these softwares emerge on I don't want to say on a daily basis, but they emerge periodically. So you may sleep today knowing that you have got 10 accounting softwares that are already installed. But if you go out on your research, you realize that, oh, these things are more than 10. Yeah, there's Tally. Somebody is just reminding me of Tally. Tally is also an accounting software, but Tally is not good for large businesses. Tally is mostly used for the small and medium-sized businesses. It is not much favorable for large or if you talk about multinational companies, they cannot use Tally. If you talk about a company that really has got a diversified portfolio, it cannot use Tally. So in that case, that is now where you will need QuickBooks. That is where now you will need Sage, or you will need Xero. Yeah, Xero can also accommodate that. It's Xero is an international software, by the way. Xero is an international software, so it is also widely used. So is there any question? Okay, so if there's no question, I want us to end there. So just like I said, I will share you the guide. If I don't share today, I will share. Hey, tomorrow is a Sunday. I will not be able to share tomorrow. So if I don't share today, I will share on Monday, please. But I will try as much as possible to share it by today. Not today, but tonight. Yeah, I will try as much as possible to share it by tonight. Yes, Josephat, Sage and QuickBooks can be used from from SMEs to big companies. It accommodates all of them, so you can use it. But I say that because you know now, like if we talk about Sage, if you look at the Sage version that we are using, this is Sage 2010. So if you want to access the Sage with the most developed features, the problem with Sage is that if it is developed, then it will not reflect in the offline Sage. But what happens is, if you need the proper one, then you will pay for it from the supplier, because this one that we are using is a cracked version. But I've really tried checking for a cracked version of the latest Sage versions, but they are not available. They really restricted their systems. I think their system is really up to date, and they really restricted it. That is why we are even having problems in the installation. It's because of how Sage has set their system. It's really hard to crack their system. So if you are an SME, depending on your profitability, you will choose whether to buy the Sage software or you will not buy it. QuickBooks Offline, if you know where you can get it, well and good, but then it is not really available. The one that is bought from the supplier directly is very, very much available. So based on your profitability, you can choose on what to do. But QuickBooks is okay. Actually, QuickBooks is available. You can easily get it. When are the certificates ready for collection? You will be notified. A link will be shared to you to fill in your details for certification. So you will fill in your name as they should appear on your certificates. And then once they are ready, you'll be notified in the group. So don't leave the group immediately after the after the classes. You may miss some important information. All right. So we can end there. We get to connect on other platforms, and we also get to connect later. Thank you very much, guys.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
Now for the consistent and smooth running of business, so you recommend that using this software because
your voice is low. Could you increase make your voice higher, please?
What I'm saying, but because for the consistency and the effective use of this software, because they keep on being updated, so you would recommend using this software online, because if you purchase like some few months ago, then they update this and this. Will you be able to update your offline one?
Okay. So with Sage, that is an automatic no. With Sage, that is an automatic no. Because if you look at the online Sage, it has got some more newly introduced functionalities that are not here. Even the outlook of the software itself, the Sage Online is not the same as the one that we are using here in class. This is just a skeletal that we are using here for demonstration. But a knowledge in this will help you to maneuver through the online Sage. They have no much differences. The difference is just maybe in the outlay of it. But for QuickBooks, the one that we are using, it is well and it is up to date. The only problem is that you have got limitations. What are the limitations that you have? The limitations that you have, like for instance, number one is the number of users. You have got limited users. Users are the things that you are creating. Maybe the admin, the junior accountant, the HR, those are the users where you are setting the users and passwords. I don't mean the company profile, I mean the user. So your users are limited to 5. So if you need more users, you will have to purchase more users from the provider. Another functionality that is disabled in Sage is the payroll system. Sage has a payroll system as a software itself, but that is disabled until you purchase it from the supplier. So it is not available in the offline mode. And I was just cross-checking against the other version that I was using that had payroll active. I think the last Sage offline that had its payroll system active was not Sage, but QuickBooks, was QuickBooks 2016. It had got its payroll active. By the other time when I went to check back on that software where I kept it, I found out that it is not active. So that means that there was an automatic update, even for my other Sage, so long as you are connected to the internet. So I hope I answered you. But QuickBooks is okay. I can recommend you use QuickBooks as opposed to Sage. But if your organization is using Sage, just do for them the work. Just do for them the work using Sage software that they have. Maybe they have reasons best known to them on the reason why they are using Sage. Right? I don't know who was asking that question. Was it Karanja? Did I answer you?
Yes, you answered me.
Sawa. Thank you. All right, so let's stop there. We meet on other platforms. Thank you and have a good night and all the best in your career.